Hello, we are back for our second recorded Avatar The Last Airbender traditional draft, and our rare is green-white. This creature enters ally deck. Okay. We could do allies. We haven't done ally yet. We have a heavy preference for red-blue, because that's the archetype we do the best with across sets. And it just looks like it's a lot of fun in this set. But there's not really much for us here, I don't think. Non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard, except for Serpent of the Past. Is this close enough to Tolarian Terror to be good? I mean, we could just try and force red-blue again and see how it goes. Boomerang basics. Take boomerang basics. There is a good amount of enchantment removal that this would be good against. Sorcery is a lot more awkward than instant. Besides that, we have Sun Warriors. The Firebending is really nice here. But that would be for red-white specifically. Forecasting I don't love unless you have like a bunch of otter penguins. And I don't think Ruinous Waterbending is actually good. Okay, Azula is probably the best card here. Ember Island I think is not good. It's like 5 mana for a 4/4. Plus you need conditions to come true. You don't need to be red-blue at this point. We could be blue-white. 5 mana 4/3 is not what we want to be doing. So here's where we make a decision. Do we try to go heavy into spells, red-blue spells here, although there's not a ton to wheel in the prior 2 packs, or do we try and go blue-white here, maybe pick up some efficient removal? Because I don't think we take Octopus form. Let's take Path to Redemption. Let's stay open to the idea of being blue-white. Secret Tunnel looks like it could be pretty good if you're in an Earthbending deck, but at this point we're pretty far from Earthbending. Let's see, Knowledge Seeker is great, we'll take that. I don't know how to feel about Soka yet, Glider Kids, but we're more open to red-blue with this than we are obviously one of the white cards, or it'll quench you. Tiger Seal. Draw and spell deck. We have to draw the Knowledge Seeker. When it dies, we get a clue token that we can draw off. We can draw off Boomerang Basics. And that's kind of it right now. This is another way to draw. I don't want to play a 1-3 in our red-blue deck. Fancy Footwork is nice. Do we just pick that up or stay open to blue and some other color? I think we do that. Lost Days is better than it looks because of Firebending if you are in red-blue. Can't be Crashing Wave. Can't be Geyser, and I don't think Honest Work is good. Ramps the opponent. It looks like a lot of blue cards here. Everything but 2. So maybe it's open. How many sorceries do we have for this? It might just be a Watery Grasp. I don't love it. But I will play it if we have to. So lessons are the Boomerang Basics and Lost Days, which I really don't want to play unless we have like Firebending, or we have to for removal. So we're looking more blue control-y, like a blue-white or a blue-black here. These black cards are awful, so I wouldn't read these as a signal that black is open. We don't really have anything to protect with Octopus Form. I don't want a 5-mana 4/3, so we'll take the Octopus Form. And I don't want a Hog Monkey. Okay, more controlling blue. I don't know how to feel about It'll Quench You yet, but it's probably bad based on how late it's been going. Accumulate Wisdom and Wartime Protesters. How many allies do we have? Not an ally. 1 ally. 2 ally. Maybe? Can we be mono blue? Target opponent mills 3. You take 1 non-creature and you get to cast it, it looks like. It's kind of cool. Well, that's a reason to be white instead of blue. So Hama gets a lot harder to cast, but the fact that we were past this is a good sign. So we're blue-white waterbending. Three mana, 2/3. If you waterbend, but it has to be on your step, so she can't serve as a blocker. Draw a card. So take this Katara. The Submersible is great. That was also passed to us by 2 people. We hope to wheel maybe Glider Kits out of here, but we'll play a Messenger Hawk or a Kyoshi Battle Fan if we have to. This does create a clue, which is good for drawing, which is good for what just our Tiger Seal. Tiger Seal may very well not make the deck here. Take Abandoned Attachments. Just because there's nothing else here for each creature target player controls. Copy it, but there's no Waterbending to pay this. This is straight up 9 mana. Alright, anyways, Abandoned Attachments will probably be taken here over the Waterbender. It's probably okay. And we don't have enough allies, I think, for the Enthusiast. Glider Staff. What do we think this is? It doesn't create creature. Airbend for 3 mana. Probably not. But we're not picking up this horrible removal or Platypus Bear. Yep. Gaining fine. Ally. So we'll have some number of allies in here, but not a ton necessarily. 1, 2, 3. Not an ally. This is an ally. We create a clue token with Lost Days, but there's only so many 5 mana cards we can play. So I think we'll take our first real 4-drop here. This is a draw spell. Take Giant Koi as a potential win condition, but probably don't play it. Take a Razor Rings, put it in the removal pile, which also has our counter spells right now, but we'll probably cut these. Take another Waterbender. Over here, Union Archers, second to last pick. And Porcupine. All right. Can we play this? We need green-red. Draw a card, then you've done all 4. Transform, very hard to transform. I think impossible to transform. Creature type, and so that would be ally in our deck. Removal over here. Bounce, we'll kind of put this in removal, but it's not really. Got the Tiger Seal, probably not playing that. Probably should have looked at more cards. So the Owl, Fancy Footwork, the Captain, or something else. I think in blue-white we want this. The Cat Owl is playable. The Water Tribe Captain is playable. Fancy Footwork is playable, but I think we just take another 2-drop here. There's another serpent. How many instants sorceries do we have for it? Non-creature, non-land card. So there's also like enchantments if they end up there. I think we'll just take a solid 2-drop that dies into an ally. And is an ally itself. I don't know if we even really want to play the first one. These little otter penguins are so cute. Don't want that. We'll see if either of these wheel. Waterbending scroll. I mean, we can go very heavy. Pretty heavy blue. We just have a single white pip here, single white pip here, and a couple of single white pips over here. So we'll put that over here. I think another 3-drop fits the curve. Last days we already have so many 5-drops. We have Katara, Hama if we end up playing it. And Water Tribe Captain is a card we will play. If we have to. Razor Rings. Go straight into the removal pile. So does Watery Grasp. Now I think we have more removal than we need. Probably cut these, go heavy blue. 24. Do we have octopus form? Maybe just goodbye to Serpent of the Past. Octopus form is nice with Katara. Our North Pole Gates unfortunately does not count as an island for our waterbending scroll. Probably don't play the Serpent, but see no conceivable variation of the deck that wants an Iguana Parrot. Otter Penguin. I think Otter Penguin will make the deck. We're drawing cards a lot. It is a 2-drop body that we can use to waterbend. And we will likely be casting or cutting a white card here so that we can play almost all islands. So do nothing, draw spells over here. Removal smells over here. 3 drops we're playing here. 4, 5, 6, good balance. 3, 4 drop, this is a draw spell. Lost Days is a removal spell. Now we can cut this. 6, maybe 7 sources because we have some 2 drops we want to play. And this is 10, 11, 17. And we need to cut something. Hama, because we are heavy blue, is not going to be too awkward. actually like the North Pole Patrol. I could be talked into cutting this version of Katara. Or a forecasting fortune teller. It's probably some of this removal. Maybe razor rings, because we already have stuff that wants combat to be happening. Call that the deck, and hope that we draw our Katara. Our 5-drop Katara. Okay, this looks acceptable. No true drop. But both colors. First timer flyer is doing 1 damage. I'm not gonna bounce it back to his hand for no value. We'll set up to auto pass here. I don't think we want to ditch anything in particular with abandoned attachments yet. Play the North Pole Patrol. Can ramp us even if we play a tap land. Next turn we can untap it with the North Pole Patrol and either play the flexible Waterbender or try something like the Waterbending list. And it'll probably be the flexible Waterbender coming out. Opponent is red-blue and he is playing Dragonfly Swarm, but he hasn't had a super scary explosive start. There's the Waterbending scroll. This, like I said, unfortunately does not count as a island. With that, we can play our flexible Waterbender. Jung. Okay. Jung is scary. He has a Waterbending scroll of his own. We could Lost Days as Jung right now. We don't need to do that now. This is an instant effect. We'll attack with our flexible Waterbender and see what he does. If we use our removal, our Lost Days, when he goes to exhaust, does that stop the effect or will he still copy spells? Okay, that won't stop him from resolving, so. Let's draw cards. We'll pay Get an island out here. And I think it is worth slowing down his assault. Okay, I think the scariest thing right now would be his dragonfly swarm getting bigger. Okay, well, I think we play the penguin. Grasp his first time flyer. Get the scroll out. Attack so that we look cool. He'll just block with the 2/3. So currently Waterbending Scroll can draw a card for 3 mana. For us. Only 2 mana for him. Messenger Hawk. Because we might as well shuffle it back into his library. Another Watery Grasp, Messenger Hawk. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards, okay. So, I think we do draw a card here. Otter Penguin will trigger. We do get another island. Play that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can technically use Lost Days. And we have a backup plan of tapping down whatever creature he's doing a lot of damage to us with in the air with our North Pole Patrol. Wow, he just takes the damage from the Waterbender this time. Okay. So I think his copy next target spell with Zhongjang will still trigger if we use removal on it when he goes to exhaust, but I'd like to do it anyways for science. I want to make sure that's the case and not miss out on denying value for exhaust cards. So what do we have here? We have a 1/3 and a 1/2. We can't pay the ward 1. But we could send his Messenger Hawk here. I think I'll take 2 and see what he does. You tried to pump the Messenger Hawk by cracking the clue. Then I think we would have untapped the land with our North Pole Patrol. We'll do that now. And remove the Messenger Hawk. As it stands, I think we will remove his Zhongjang. Or Jung. Okay, so let's see if this sticks around. You guys use that twice. Create 2 clue tokens. Return 2 creatures. Otter Penguin's not doing much for us. Let's bin it. We'll also bin the Waterbender. Five. This is 1 mana draw, I believe. Yep. Pretty good. Play the Poxbearers. Watery Grasp the Swarm. And then attack in with our North Pole Patrol. Or let it untap and use Abandoned Attachments. He could also have the 2/1 haste that we want to block. He uses Waterbending Scroll of his own. And we'll probably Waterbend his Hawk here, actually. Stop the 3 damage. We can't afford it, because this is tapped. 1, 2, 3. But he's got to tap himself. Or we can untap Waterbending Scroll. It's not sorcery speed, so we can draw another card. Okay, play another island, and this becomes free. So tap. Yikes. Okay. Okay, we'll play the Knowledge Seeker. Poxbearers. Path to Redemption. On his Messenger Hawk. And probably make the same play, untapping the Waterbending Scroll and try and outdraw him by drawing 2 cards each turn. He has multiple clues. And he's got multiple, I guess he's got 2 scrolls as well. So this is tough. We're both drawing a lot of cards. We will eventually draw Katara. Be able to pump our team for lethal. We have a ton of mana. But his Jung is certainly scary. Alright, in response to that, we'll deny him drawing a card and getting this creature back. It's just he'll hit us for 3 here. Be able to crack a clue off that, I assume we will. He's also down to 70 cards and okay, well, Razor Rings is a good draw. Let's see if we can draw Katara. Another lane, that is unfortunate. Might as well attack with Vigilance. And I'm going to send the Pox Bears, to be honest. So we'll try and tap down his Messenger Hawk. If he still goes through, we still have the Razor Rings. And if he attacks with Jung as well, we're going to have to chump with that Knowledge Seeker. Or double block with North Pole Patrol. He's got a lot of cards at his disposal. He's played 11 lanes. So there's a good chance most of those are playables. Let's see what we draw. No excess damage, so no life gain here, but without checking the deck, if we drew a draw spell, then Knowledge Seeker would grow to 4 power and kill his Jung. It's hard to believe he didn't have bounce or removal with 5 cards in hand. And he could always draw into more. Right now he's got 2 free draws. He actually lets that die. What's his game plan? We will mill first right now, unless he starts popping clues in his Waterbending Scrolls. No way. What is that? Does he take our turn or take another turn? During their next combat phase, Controls that player during their next turn instead. Okay, pump their knowledge seeker. This is actually not the worst on this board state. Because he doesn't have a way to kill us on the crackback, does he? No, I guess he just flies in and we die, right? We can't play the North Pole Patrol. So he will draw a lot of cards as well. What do we want? Kind of died to flyers a little bit. Counters look awful. Maybe one glider staff? I think if the crazy thing is, if he doesn't play that, we win. If we get Katara one turn earlier, we win just by the skin out of his chin teeth. What is it? By the chin of his chin teeth? By the... Alright, let's throw down our North Pole gates. By the chin of his chin teeth. That's what it is. Okay. Anyways. Let's get the Otter Penguin out here. We do have our Waterbending scroll, so that's nice. It will be 4 to draw a card right now. Let's bounce his first time flyer right back to hand. Glider Staff is awkward. I don't even think that was correct to slide in. It does give us a flying blocker, but it's white, which is awkward. We want to run less plains than islands, and it's also not a body. We can airbend that when it has counters. Since we're not drawing a card, we might as well waterbend with our Waterbending scroll and get in with our submersible. What did we take out for this? I kind of wish this is anything else. Okay. Let's draw our second card, pump up the penguin, attack in for 6. First time flyers do not look great here yet. Okay, do not mind seeing that. He does have giant koi. That's something to watch out for. We have plenty of removal for it. And this is a race I'm totally okay with being in. This is where first time flyers are awkward. Platypus bear, okay. He didn't want to do that to see if he could pump up the first time flyers before combat. Island, okay. One, two, three. 3 mana to draw, or we can play this. It's 4 mana to draw, but we get an extra body. Two mana removal. Yep. Or 2 mana. 2 damage, 1 mana removal. Let's be mana efficient here. It's a good target to airbend with glider staff, but be too much damage to take. 8, 10 damage, go to 3, unless we're chumping. Assuming his platypus bear can attack through. I mean, even 8 would be too much damage. Threaten lethal and air the next turn with these 2 first time flyers. We'll see what we draw first. Airbend back a flyer. We could hold up protection, or we could get in for more damage. unfortunate he gets to eat our submersible here. 8 on the crackback. We're not dead. We're not in a great spot. Boomerang plus Octopus Form. He's not dead. You can go to 1. So we'll draw first here. Boomerang his Katara. Attack with Forecasting Fortune Teller. He has to block here. We Octopus Form, kill a creature, and then get our blocker back. He can't have his own. Then Path to Redemption, his first time flyer. Okay. Praise nothing in these 3 cards. Unfortunate. That's going to be game. So opponent kind of had our deck, like heavy blue, draw a Waterbending Scroll just with red. And I mean, that wasn't a bad deck, but I feel like we win most games. Just kind of flooded compared to him. Well, I guess he played more lands, but he drew more cards. The deck looks fine. I'm going to chalk that one up to variance. Could be wrong though. This blue-white deck, it does seem like the strongest point by far is Katara. We didn't draw her. And so without her, maybe we're not doing very much. Like Otter is really our only other threat. But we also had Kama. We never saw him either. Never got to play him for sweet 2-for-1 value. It's just tricky because sometimes your brain is like, oh, that's variance. And then you're like, well, I didn't flood too bad. And I got my cards in a sequence I could play them in. Maybe your cards just aren't as good as you thought they were. This is a lot of planes. toss one of the planes to the corrupt court official. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of our 7 planes. So when he gets up to 5 mana, this can turn into removal at instant speed. Wolfbat can recur. Hama looks very awkward here. Jody, I don't understand this card. Surveil 1, create a token that's a copy of this creature. Sacrifice an artifact. So I don't want to kill it with Razor Rings. He'll recur it from the graveyard. And I don't want to use enchantment to remove it either until I can exile it, because Jody will be able to copy herself and then sack the creature before I can get more value off the exile event, where we exile effect, where we stop it from coming back from the graveyard and create a 1/1. I think I'm going to cut one of these Razor Wings and either run less white or the same amount of white and play the 2/3 Katara. So we can play Hama here if we just bop that, untap it, throw her out. So we can Waterbend 3 right now. Let's go to the Tundra tank. Is that until end of turn? Oh, it's for as long as you control Hama, so we didn't need to do that right then. But if he has removal for Hama, it makes sense. What is he going to sack? His removal artifact? So just for the Surveil? Main, and then we'll get the Otter Penguin out here. Cat Gator, he's got 2 swamps only? Because his black-white dual lands do not count as swamps. Yeah, only 2 swamps. Killed the Otter Penguin. People do not mess around with the Otter Penguin. 3, 6. We're 1 mana short of playing Path to Redemption and exiling with it. Same turn. Okay, so we can Razor Rings here. For cheap. He doesn't have the mana for this. Fire Nation Worship. So end of his turn, we'll actually tap his Wolf Bat so that he can't crew, get a clue token by trading for our Tundra tank. Another Plains. This one we'll keep in hand. We do have that lesson that discards a card and draws a card. He's 1 mana short of using removal. We'll use this creature to crew and hit for maximum damage. 4, 5, 7, 9. So it was pretty good. Oh, we only have 1 Razor Rings. Razor Rings was pretty good, but we don't have the 2/3 Katara. Unless it's already in the deck, it is. So I guess we also didn't see this last match. $11-7 seems fine. All islands, all blue playables. I would say this is a keep. Opponent mulligans to 6. Oh, they're not playing a regulation size deck, I just realized. 51 plus the land, so 52. I'm going to play islands before plains in case we get the Waterbending scroll. We sequenced wrong, probably. Should have played the Knowledge Seeker, then the Forecasting Fortune Teller, even though we were on the draw. It's just when it enters, not when it attacks, so. Let's take 4 damage to draw a card and add 2 1/1 counters. Beetle-headed Merchants. That'll sack the 1/1 and attack as a 6/5 next turn, if we let it. But we don't have to let it. Let's start by drawing. Oh no, this needs to tap to stop it. I guess we can Watery Grasp, so we can start by drawing. We could be extra greedy here. Let's Watery Grasp. Beetle-headed Merchants. attack with everyone is probably better. Ooh, that was... Oops. Well, whoops. You can still block. Okay, the Sandbender Scavengers. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, it gets bigger when it dies. You exile it, return target creature, value less than or equal to this power, graveyard to battlefield. Okay. Can he sack with anything? Alright, let's see what we draw. Hopefully it'll land. We do. Slam down the North Pole Patrol here and chill. Another Kyoshi Warriors. So he's got good sack fodder. He just doesn't have great sack outlets once this thing is tapped. Alright, let's attack with the Knowledge Seeker first. I don't think there's anything you can have in one black, one white that can get us. We can save that for later. I think we just take two here. Lost Days, his Canyon Crawler. He could have entered the Avatar state to protect this. He does not. Low and Lee. Five mana 2/2. I can't think of very many noble creatures in this set. So it goes and grabs a lesson. So I would like to remove his Sandbender Scavengers with Path to Redemption and exile it so that he doesn't get the die effect. But we are going to eventually die in the air to this Buzzard Wasp. Fortunately, he doesn't attack here. We can 5/6 Path to Redemption this. And he calls it there. Wow. I mean, we're at 6. He's got a flyer. We've got no blockers. All right, final match coming up. This has Katara, so we'll keep it. Hope to draw some 2 or 3 drops. I mean, we're not going to Watery Grasp a 1/1. He's going to be able to sack and kill a lot of our removal. But he'll have to spend 2 mana to do it. Depending on what he plays here, we might use Abandoned Attachments to pitch a Path to Redemption here. He is playing a Regulations on his deck. Okay, we'll make it look like we're stuck on colors. And he might actually be stuck on a color. Okay, Pox Bears. To be mana efficient. We'll enchant his Pox Bears. Hey Bay. May sacrifice another creature artifact. Ooh. We don't have protection for Katara, but we'll throw her out there. He's going to sack his 1/1 token. We'll be able to waterbend for base power and toughness 3. Be able to profitably block this. Activate only during your turn. Care about R11 more than his. Sure. Looks like he has even more action he was hoping to use. Okay, seems kind of crazy, but we could actually attack with Katara, Boomerang basics her back, and hope to draw another land. Is that crazy? We should probably just draw off Waterbending Lesson. If he has the 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature, yeah, this is a not a great play. I think that was a good enough reason to not attack. Knowledge that Razor Rings exists. We just sit back with Katara, we're probably in a great spot. We can block his 1/1s as well. If we have her here. She's not removed. He would use it on his turn here, but we would stop. I guess 1 damage, which would be enough to stop us from being dead in the air. Okay, here we go. Submersible. Bounces Glider Kids. Path to Redemption on High Bay. And we chill. That's all right. We knew that was coming. So he pays 2 of his limited mana. He's either mono white or he's stuck on white here. Just chump with a 1/1. Cheap draw spell now. It's just going to cost 1 mana. We can play our flexible Waterbender. We can Path to Redemption his High Bay, or we can bounce it with Boomerang Basics. If he has another 4 damage, then he'll kill the submersible here. That's okay. 4, 7. Next turn we'll be able to draw a card and Path to Redemption plus exile it. He likes it. So let's draw, see what we get. Don't need to exile at this point. We can hold up Octopus Form and technically abandon attachments. I doubt we play abandon attachments though. Okay, he'll make a 1/1 ally token, and so will we. This is only on our turn. There we go. Free draw. Let's play Hama. Only white cards. So, more Razor Rings. Damn. So he has at least 3 of those. He'll know it's flying, but... 2/2/2 of their creatures. We'll take Razor Rings. Will that come back? Right? As long as we control Hama. It's just not letting us play a non-instant speed spell, I assume. Okay, attack trigger, we do need to watch out for that. Hama can sit back. Okay, we can Waterbend at instant speed. So now we need to draw something for his flyer. We put ourselves in this position by using our removal on the Vengeful Villagers. I mean, we have, as long as Hama lives, 4 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Kind of, but we can only do it on our turn? Why can't I, yeah, why can't I play that on his turn? I'm tempted to gain 3 life by attacking with a 1/1, using it on our own 1/1. MTG. I feel like this is going away. The UI is scaring me. Can I play this during the opponent's turn? Or is it stopping me from doing that? Why do I not see the card exile with Hama? That has just got to be a bug. Strange. Very strange. There's nothing on Hama that says you can't play an instant. For as long as you control Hama, you may cast the exile card during your turn. I'm an idiot. I let Gemini get me. So we needed to kill our 1/1 with his spell. We would have gained 3 life. And then we would have had a chance to draw into other removal at that point. Or we just play our removal on his other thing. This has Katara and is even better than our prior starting hand. You know, in my defense, there are so many words on Hama. You know, there's like 12 or more, potentially even more. Path to Redemption, okay. Well, the North Pole Patrol is coming out. The body will still be helpful to us. We can still waterbend with it, even if we can't block or attack with Knowledge Seeker. So, bingo, bango, bongo. Play Katara. We pass. I would like to hit a land here, but I like our removal spells. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe the best thing to do here is untap. Lost Days is Enthusiast. And we can attack through with Katara. Puts it on the bottom. I agree with that. Oh, he puts it... Is it second from the top? I don't agree with that. That's going to be too slow. IMO. High Bay. Alright, let's see if we can draw a land here. Alright, before he exiles, we can bounce this. We'll play the Submersible, bounce his High Bay, and attack through again. This time with the 1/1 token. Or just Katara, and then we can turn Invasion Submersible into a 3/3 end of his turn. I believe that's better than doing 1 damage. Do not mind seeing the Avatar Enthusiast come out. Hawks Bears. And then everything can attack except the 1/1. Waterbend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make everything a 4/4. And the Submersible is actually a 7/7. One, two, three, 5. 8, 8. Nice. Ooh, Katara's busted. Alright, I think we run it back as is. I mean, the enchantment removal, I guess you could say, can be a little awkward. Great, we'll take an Otter Penguin into Katara, or Pox Bears and Katara. We don't have a way to draw until we have a lot of Waterbend with her. Well, that's a way to draw, so maybe it is the Otter Penguin before the Pox Bears. This is Glider Kids. I've seen that every game so far. There's Katara, nice. Do different versions of Katara affect each other with the legendary rule? No, they have different names. So if we played the tap lane, we would have guaranteed we can play Katara turn 5 now, but there we go. We just draw a ton. We can attack through with Otter Penguin, but I think it's better to just tap it here. So he is doing 5 damage in the air each turn. That's 7. The Razor Rings will help here. Gain a life, kill a creature. And we can bounce his Cat Owl. With Invasion Submersible. Invasion Submersible is very nice with Katara. So play Plains. I guess we offer the trade here first. He doesn't block, so we don't use Razor Rings. I think it might actually be correct to throw out the Invasion Submersible first. Bounce his Cat Owl, as long as he doesn't have enter the Avatar state. And throw down the Pox Bears. Okay, that's fine. It's okay him using that on that version of Katara. He's got another flyer. So we can't afford Razor Rings anyway, so we might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast this for 4. That is so crazy to me that Invasion Submersible is a base 0/0 power, so the 3 counters it has pump it X plus 3 whenever you use Katara's ability. Pass. Pass is suspicious. Is there a spell he can cast in white that prevents damage? This will make us live. So 1, 2, 9. So let's cast this for 7. But tap that, tap that. That'll make every creature threaten lethal, but we'll still be able to hold up Razor Rings in case there was something I wasn't aware of that prevented damage. Okay, sweet. This deck deserved a 3-0, but we played a slugfest of a first match against another deck, also drawing a bunch of cards with, what was it? The Waterbending Scroll. Katara, just so strong. Hama, also strong, even though we played her wrong. But I do like that you can have monocolored decks. Like, there's incentives for being monocolored with this Waterbending Scroll, and then with that rare that lets sources do more damage in red. So, cool games. Get another one, and I'll see you next time.